This is the game I have been playing for the past 5 months, and this is one of the best role-playing games I have ever played. And as we walk through this story, you'll see why too. Now for this one, I'm going to be doing a New Game Plus, so things may not be exactly the same if you were to play it, but should be close enough. My character comes from the area of, or in the world of Final Fantasy XIV, of Hingashi. Hingashi is based off of 18th or 19th century Japan. Fortunately, you won't get to see, or won't be introduced to Hingashi until well into Stormblood, and that is many, many, many hours away. Now, my game started in Limsa Lominsa, and this is where we are now. So this is where we'll be picking up the story. I am starting from a level 1 job. I have many, many jobs unlocked, but we won't be touching those unless we absolutely need to. Should be able to level through all this without it. So without further ado, let's pick up our first quest. Need to fix something here. 1 second. And resume. Yes. Unfortunately, in New Game Plus, many things will be restricted, including access to my room in the Free Company, which is basically a guild. Let's see here, lift attendant, and we'll be going to the Drowning Wench. This is where my quest is at. Going to see the leader of the Adventurers Guild. Bateron? I guess that's what it's called. Anyway, he has something for us. A job for us. Wants me to lend a hand at the Summerford Farms. Still Limsa, are you, Chihara? How'd you fancy a trip outside the city walls? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stalwin, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and he's been trying to bring a bit of life back to the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another end or two, and your name sprang to mind. I gave you a glowing recommendation, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the XIV gate out of the city, and follow the road northeast. That's simple enough. Let's see what he's got in it. Excuse me. Got in store for us. I'll be heading back down to Bulwark Hall. And if I remember right, yep. Alright, let's kill our first thing. I need the XP actually. Oh, already have Grapheisen out. Okay, we're not supposed to have that till later, so let's have them withdraw. Oops. Oh well. And level 1. Or level 2, I should say. 3. Believe it or not, it's not exactly this easy to level up. Normally, or at least in the later levels, it does start getting harder and taking more time as things progress. Something that can help, however. Alright, not enough MP. I'm not really used to Black Mage. Oh, there's level 4. Sweet. Transpose, that's going to be very useful. And there's our guy that we're looking for. Stalwarn. I guess that's how to pronounce his name. Rogan names are just so difficult at times. And unfortunately there is very few that's voiced. Ah, you must be the adventurer Badaron promised to send along. Chihiro Sakurai, wasn't it? You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stalwarn, the old bastard, as Badaron likely describe me, and this here is my humbled orchard. Good number of the lads and lasses who were working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to be my crew, used to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship, like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Merrill's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers working the field seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Quest complete. I might have set you at a task, Sakurai, but before I do, I need to make sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parley with dandies, and you understand. It might well be that the ones here have traded in their cutlasses for halters, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Item level 5 or greater and speak with step. Yeah, might need another level. Let me fix that. Yeah, Merchant Mender. He should have some stuff for us. Alright, I need Disciple of Magic. She doesn't tell me a lot. Head, body, hands, and legs and feet. With gear level better. Nope, not that one. That'll work. Disciples more. Ah, here we go. And finally the feet. It's just like, oh, here we go, leather sandals. Ah, this got ugly. Unable to apply glamour plates. Let me fix that. Normally you can't fly until finishing the game, but this is New Game Plus, and I ain't got time for that. This is for story. And I refuse to go adventuring in this god-awful outfit. Let's see here. No, I can't do that, but I can do that. Huh, that is much better. Let's get back to Sauron. Let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh, as long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Our small buccaneers are a ornery lot. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you have a little trouble. You'll have little trouble getting their attention. Ah, Sakurai. Yeah, that aura of confidence tells me that you've not been idle since last we met. I hope I've read you all right. For I have a task that requires attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Might as well be. Let's see here. What has he got for me? Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You'll have heard rumors of the abductions. Citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa Lominsa, as if plucked from the face of Hydalen, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure-tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the fields and spying on my yeomen. Yeah. Azure-tattooed faces, that is an important detail. Pay attention to that one. We'll be seeing some of those. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that the kidnappers of rumor come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work's suffering for it. Which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. It is a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Sure, why not? Good lass. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around Sisung Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful though, Sakurai. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? Alright, so, Sisung Grotto. Ow. Let's head on out. Let's see here. How do I get... When I first did this quest the first time around, I had some trouble finding this place. Let's see here. Ah, yes. This is it. That's right. This. More XP. See. Oh, look, some enemies to beat up. Yeah, well, I could do that. It could start the quest before, without dealing with these guys. The XP bonus is nice. 242. That's it. Instance battle. Let's go.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms.
Aye, that's me.
I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not.
Oh, he
As
is
I
a big
suspected,
bucker.
the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Oh, we got 2 mages. And big boy is down. Duty complete. That is 1 enraged Gubu, down for the count. What's this? A crystal. Where'd it come from? And more importantly, what's the significance?
Hear, feel, think. Crystal Bearer. I am Hydalen, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. by thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Man, I really need to lay off the catnip.
Awake again, are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion, piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether? I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
In case you're wondering, yes, she knows more than she's letting on. We need to return back to Stalorn and tell him what we have discovered. Sakurai, right glad I see you safely returned. My lads were all gabbering about hearing what sounded like all seven hells breaking loose down near the grotto, and I feared I'd sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you risked your life for naught. Why, in fact, it was useful. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? I'd agree that such a knife would be the part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a maddened gubu on you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. Hmm? You met someone else at the grotto? A woman with strange contraption? Ah, Yashtola. She's been in Limsa Lominsa for a good while now. Her studies of the ether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate past. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Sakurai. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in a far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa in the bright future she deserves. Quest complete. That sea sloth servant and his lot, never around when there was work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stanwood would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. Alright. I gotta find these guys. I don't remember right, they do like to hide. Yeah, there's the bastard. How am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Oh, gods, how'd you know? It's my breath, ain't it? Probably smells as wooden as the food tastes. But I know why you're here. Yeah, I just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't one to reject a summon from the captain. Yeah, let's find the rest of these. Oh, there's one. Work? Ha! Can't work when me hands are full lifting this mug. You'd know I'd wager me last gill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. Oh, you're right about the swill part. I reckon it might be worth a day of doing Solomon's chores if it'll afford me a taste of proper gog. Alright, where are the others hiding at? Oh, there's one of them right now. Axes are made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my sailing days? You bet your bosom I did, lass. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. Yeah, not exactly the most savory bunch. The Stalwart sent you. And what do you reckon I say to that? Damn right, didn't get where I am by taking gruff from any glorified gardeners. Better suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. Let's round up the last person. Aye, I'm Severin. You the old man Aaron's girl now? Tell my dear old captain not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. Friendly git, isn't he? Continue your press, lass. All but Severin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours he squirmed out. I've let that worm wiggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt, where all such worms belong. Odd. Could have sworn he was coming along. Pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some, like you, who can be trusted, but then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin, even though I'm full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. It wouldn't be the least surprised if it were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. Aren't you going to find and confront that bastard for me, Sakurai? I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. I cannot seem to talk today. Yeah, let's go find this guy. Yeah, I'm going to start using my chocobo. Even though I shouldn't have access to it, but, well. Walking is slow. Alright. Goblins. Where is this guy? Severin, what are you up to? Bloody hells! I'm the straight without a paddle. What did you do? What's this now? Starone sent you for the oranges? Huh, so the old bugger had known all this time. Or what does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventurer types, aren't you? Types, right? Go rescue me, mates, from those double-dealing goblins. Just over yonder by the bonfire. Oh, lovely. I need to start getting my rotation right. And you're done. Severin sent you? Ha! The way he flew out of here, I was sure he sold us down the river. I would have gotten away myself if not for Severin shoving me aside. Figures. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Cooked dodo. Olafel. Alright. Head back to the bastard. You saved me mates, and for that, I owe you. You owe me? You owe him an apology. What have you been doing? Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. Yeah, you're damn right. But a pirate knows no shame. I have no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only saving you this sack because of the cut of your jib. Take it to Osline and send him my regards. What? There we go. Awesome. Oops, I am heading the wrong way. Check your map! What have we here? A delivery for Summerford Farms, and as scheduled? Ha! There's a first time for everything. Well, look at that. Not a single one missing either. About the only things not here are those bagmen, and I don't miss them one bit. Here's Stalwell's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. Jeez. He hasn't exactly got the best of help, does he? Back in one piece. That's a relief. How did you fare, Sakurai? Got your guild right here. Ah, this is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed, all right. Oh, I'd be telling you false if I claimed I had not held out more hope for Severin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favor of those godforsaken goblins? You do well to mind yourself around that two-guild cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you. Bless, at this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had black loam, just a bit could send our stocks soaring. I bet Rotwada knows where you'd find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. I really need to get away from Ladosha. Oh, so many hard names, difficult names to pronounce. Not with the sizable population of Rogadin. That Gurkhan's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cook pot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled on by the aurochs that dwell there. Once you've had 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Wall at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Yeah, I really am beginning to dislike broken in names. Some of them are just so damn difficult. Now we need to steer clear of those guys. Come on, cast it. Run away! Level 7! Bye. Can't catch me. Where is... Ah, here we go. Arg, even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. Well, I might have something for you. But I bet that if it's black loam ought to change all that. Haven't seen any in ages. Gathering black loam's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach, eh? Oh, don't tell me Gurkhan and Twada neglected to mention where black loam comes from. Now surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the orc's lair of all places. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us the black loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Confounded pirates! I know nothing of tilling, only killing, stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, feeds the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself. If I hadn't sworn to Stalin that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. Yeah, I'm not the best speaker. Oh. Please only pull the one. wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. You'd be surprised. Good to see the tools back and in serviceable condition, which would be more than I can say of several when we get our hands on them. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. Despite him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. I couldn't care less if the luster won't work, but when it consorts the cut purses that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Starwood ought to know what sort of scalawag he's dealing with. Take my word to him, will you? I think I can manage that. Pirates making off with our tools. Farfel did well not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. But I'll be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. Let's do this, shall we? I've come to expect a great deal from you, lass, and I've never once let me down. Or you've never once let me down. Yet what I ask you now goes beyond aught I've asked for before. Would you be hear my plea all the same? It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking around about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when I last had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he's wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I try asking Grinrita, I really hate these names. At the Aetheryte, she was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was headed. Let's see here. Here she is. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Wood Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky Sod said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure and give him a cuff round the ear for me, will you? Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. I don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old servant, so I was ready. But the others weren't so lucky. You gotta help them. Yeah, figures. help this guy out. My action may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are done for. Several might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. To arms. A true knave. You betray even yourself, Severin. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Pirates. Coward behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I might smite mine enemies. Oh, that can't be good. Ah, crap. He summoned a golem. Don't exactly hit hard, does he? Oh, right, I'm out of magic. It's been a while since I've touched Black Mage. Only 1%, you gotta be kidding me. Finished. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. The snake slithered away. I'm only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. You stole his back. What the heck? Been hitting the catnip again. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lominsian factions. Whom then do they serve? The beast tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahuagin and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 helpless and it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone 2. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the Luster Moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis Law foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see Aether. Yet now that I do, I begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Tonight, Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join the celebrations. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow. But whence does it emanate? Seasong Grotto, perhaps? Where she met me. Really gotta stay off that catnip. What have we here? Can you walk? Severin, you bastard! "'Tis I. Regrettably, no, he eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has apprised me all that's transpired. His account sheds some light upon how you came to be attacked by Golem of all things. A Golem was a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing. So arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahuagin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Starone will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I'll bear word of him to your preservation. But I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Jastola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the Aether in hopes of that it might offer up some clue as to her predicament. I'd say I owe you my life, but that will cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would all be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms and I'll face the consequences. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Till our paths next cross, farewell. Yep. Lo, I knew you'd return. You stole to deliver Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall of the Sahegan? 7 hells! Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishback's flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. I've got a code, you see, but the Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching the law by the Lominsians. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahegan masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking, too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk about how you stood up to the Reavers at the last, of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There'll always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Starlin. I owe you a debt too, Chiaru. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it'd be this: tell Bateron that whatever happened from Bateron, what's happened from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put a good word in for Severin if he knew the whole story. I was one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I possibly can of you. Safe travels, lass. Back to Lominsa with some levels under our belt. Woohoo! Noose. Drowning winch. Well, let me go level up, and we'll meet you back where I've got the levels and finish this up and go from there.